Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Geezers. How's everybody doing today? We've got, as always, my co-captain here is none other than...
I'm Wild Building Unknown Comic. How's everyone doing? Pete and I have been separated for a little while. He had some family things to do. I, myself, went to a wedding. Friends of mine took me to a wedding, and it was a fat people's wedding. I had never been to a fat people's wedding. Yeah, instead of throwing rice, we threw baked potatoes. Yeah. I met the bride, when she danced with the groom, she was sweating marinara sauce.
Oh.
Yeah, talking fat. She told me that she won a beauty contest. I was like, yeah, right, here she comes, Miss North America. She said, I have big bones. I said, a dinosaur has big bones. Put those fucking Twinkies down. But seriously, folks, yeah, we went to, Kirk and I went to another con, that mini con that Pete keeps missing. It's the second time. Yeah, it's in Clifton, New Jersey. It rotates around like a circus. It goes to different cities in Jersey, but there's some good deals and there's a lot of price gouging.
As always.
Yeah, $400 for Werewolf by Night #1.
Yeah, that's
up
a lot
there.
of money.
There are some guys asking big bucks, so that's kind of a turnoff. But on the other side, there are some good deals. I bought a lot of books. Ironically, I bought 36 books. I'm going to turn this into 2 shows.
Cool.
Zap was there. Zap Comic. They weren't there last time, and the owner was selling. And some kid showed up and bought them out. And the guy was haggling, and finally the owner said, all right, it's sold. And I was flipping through books while this was going on, this negotiation, and I was like, hey, I'm not done looking yet. But I bought 20 books from Zap. And so I bought a copy of Detective Comics. This is the Bernie Wrightson cover. You bought this one, didn't you, when we went?
I did, yeah.
And we've talked about before that this is the most awesome Batman pose cover, I think, in the whole entire history of Batman. This is like one of them. So this is worth framing. So this is actually going to be hanging up in my apartment. So I'm not going to frame it but for right now, but it can stand on its own. And I got it in a spot where it'll be out of the sunlight. So this is a $10 book, cover price, newsstand. I got this for $3. And I've seen other people selling it for $10 over the past year or so. And so for $3, I jumped on it. So I was happy with that. And then I scored a few books in the X-Men series. This is issue 143, I believe. Yep, 143. So, X-Men
Merry
books,
Christmas issue. Look at that.
X-Men books are pricey, but when you get them for $3,
Can't beat that, yeah. Especially not in the...
But this was the oldest I could find in the $3 range. They were a lot higher numbers in the 200s, So I wound up getting 4 of them.
Oh, nice.
I got 148 here, and I have 145 and 147, and I have 150. So now I grabbed 151 with your famous little banner on top that makes you sick.
What a 10-speed bike.
And then I have issue 153, and we just did a X-Men favorite cover episode recently, and I showed off I have 154 as well. So now I have like 15 X-Men comics instead of 11 now. So I've expanded on the X-Men. These were all from Zap. And then a major haul from Zap was the Avengers.
Nice. I just read that one. I got that one recently.
Yeah, so you show this. I have this book, and on my list, I knew that I had this book, but for $3, I'm like, I have this book, and I'm pretty sure it's beat up.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now you replaced
So I'm like, oh, let me get a better version for $3. So I come home, and I find out that the version I have is A-okay.
It's better than the one you just bought. I noticed those colors
They're
are
equal just about, I think.
Yeah.
I think they're the same.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I thought
But
one looks slightly more colorful.
Is that this one?
No, this one looks a little bit more brighter.
But this one on the spine is a
okay.
little bit more messed up than the spine on this one.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
So it's a draw.
It's a draw. Well,
So you can have this, America, if the price is right.
That's right.
No, one of these is gonna go in my for sale box.
There you go.
So I was like, what the hell? I thought I had a rag copy. It was this one that's the rag. This was the rag. But because of the yellow background, I thought this was the one. So
Yeah.
my list was correct. I knew I had it, but I was like, what the hell? Anyway, live and learn, huh?
Can't win them all.
So, I scored a dozen
That's a good one.
Avengers today, or I should say last week. So this is 152,
Yeah, that's a good one.
and I've seen this book for $3, $6, $8, so I got it for $3. Sometimes you got to stick to your guns and just hold out for a better price. And I'm going back a couple of years now. And so anyway, I was happy to get this for $3.
Cool Kirby cover on that one.
So I closed a lot of gaps between the 152 and the 170. So I have a lot of the books now between the 150s and 170s. So I picked up issue 153.
That's a good one.
I have 154 and 155, I believe.
Kind of weird. Cap's costume is kind of purplish on that. You see that? The color looks a little off.
Yeah, that could be the ink run itself on the ink press running out of ink.
Pretty sure mine does not look like that.
Okay. Maybe that's why it's $3.
I don't know. It just looks kind of purple.
I don't know. I'm glad, but yeah, it makes sense because look at the guy in Black Panther.
Yeah.
He's all nice dark blue.
Actually,
that's the Beast. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, see what happens when you wear the shades for the show.
Even Yellow Jacket's kind of orangey.
I'm gonna put money down that the ink was running out on the press. We're running dry.
Yeah, you're probably
and
right.
So that's when colors start to fade.
Definitely looks
because it doesn't look like it's been sitting in the sun.
No.
Issue 159.
Okay.
And I have issue 160 and 160. I think 162. So now I have 163.
That's a good one.
Yeah, you got Hercules involved.
Champions.
Yeah. So close the gap in the 160s.
You did good.
168.
These are all great stories. These like the higher.
And a lot of these are George Perez covers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And inside art.
Yeah.
Right. Issue 170. I just picked up 171 from Pete recently because he bought it again. And I have 172, which is the Hawkeye poser cover.
Bad Wonder Man costume there. Well, if you could even call it a costume.
What?
His sunglasses and that turtleneck and.
This is 173.
The hell were they thinking this? Yeah, I mean, come on. What is that kind of costume? Is that?
Yeah.
It's got the turtleneck and the sporty jacket and.
I would think that's his civilian clothes.
Hey, he wears it all the time.
I'm not really much on the Avengers, but that.
Yeah, no, that's what he switched to after the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like.
You mean from?
Yeah, exactly. From that very cool costume right before that. Yeah, he went from that to the other one. Sorry, but I like the green one much better.
Let me print. This is it.
Yeah.
Compare and contrast.
Yeah. Sorry. This
Wait a minute.
No, you got, this one.
Yeah.
So basically, you got there's the old Wonder Man costume.
Hang on here. Let me sip.
And there's the new one with the orangey brown jacket, turtleneck, and glasses. Sorry, I don't like that. No. He's still a cool character, but I'm just not into that.
Yeah, all right. We digress.
Yes.
So we'll go back. Issue 173. So now I got 170,
cover.
171, 172, 173.
Great cover.
174.
There you go. Collector's back.
Yeah, but isn't his suit brown? I got another Avengers where I think that suit is green.
I think it was green back in the day.
And I thought it was brown also. But again, I'm not going to blame this on a color press run. But
no, that was more like Marvel. Marvel hadn't used the character in so many years they couldn't even remember what the hell his costume was back then.
Either way, it's still a cool cover. Then I got 175.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And I have 176. And then I picked up 178. So now all I need is 177 to complete the 170s.
Cool.
Now they had books in the 180s and the 190s, but I had already a dozen of these, and I'm like, I just got here. And meanwhile, there's this kid haggling, and I'm trying to work my way down the boxes while he's haggling, and Zap sells out to this punk, and I'm like, hey, I'm still looking through these boxes here. So they were going to honor me because I was the only one at the booth. There were a couple customers prior to this kid haggling. But he was hammering this guy for like 10 minutes. And Zap sold out within the first hour of the con. It started at 10 in the morning. It goes 10 to 4. And this happened like 11 o'clock. And Kirk was roaming around because we kind of separated, and I told him the story. He was like, man, that kid's pissing me off because he didn't get to buy anything from Zap.
Yeah.
And then the kid comes up to me and goes, if you buy a box, I'll sell them to you for $2 a piece. And I'm like, I'm not buying a whole box. I'm cherry picking here, dude. Why can't you just wait until the show is over? Yeah. Because all he's going to do is sell those books on eBay, and make his money back.
Yeah, that's all he was doing. He's not a collector. He's just looking to make money. Yeah.
And at first, when he walked up, I thought it was the owner's son. It was way off, But then when he started haggling, he's like, you got to give me a good deal. I'm your best customer. And the owner's like, you're not my best customer. He's like, but if you sell me all these books, I'll take you out to dinner. Nice steak dinner. He goes, I like steak dinners, but I never go out to dinner with my customers. He was coming up with every objection. And then finally, I think he got tired of the kid. And his object is to go there and sell the books. And he had a chance to sell everything. So he did, except for his wall books,
Yeah.
I was so annoyed. A different vendor, you got Howard the Duck number 23.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And, so now I just need 3 issues. 30, 32, and 33 to finish the run.
Oh, the end of them, okay.
Yeah, I need 3 more. And I have the Treasury Edition.
That's right.
I do. Same vendor.
No, that's another good one there.
Marvel Premiere with Iron Fist, number 18. I needed issues 15 through 18, which are the first appearances of Iron Fist.
Yep.
So now actually 15 through 19 I needed. So now I have like 5 Iron Fists in the Marvel Premiere because I have issues 20 through 23, I think. So that's the 5th one. So then a different vendor, and a lot of vendors had this book. So I haggled with a guy and basically got $20 worth of books for $15. And he didn't want to bend. So this was $5. I'm like, I've seen other vendors asking $3 for this book. So he said yes. So I wound up in a different vendor. So this is the old, I don't have number 1. But I have 2 issues of What If, but they're like in the 20s and 30s. So this is issue number 2. And it's ironic because later on when they ruined the Hulk with the Gray Hulk, there was a point there where Banner's brain is in control of the Hulk in those number 300 issues, working towards 400. Different vendor, I wound up getting number 3 of What If, the Avengers Had Never Been. So I haven't read these yet, but worth adding to the collection.
I've never owned any of those What If books.
And people ask us to do a What If episode, but how can you do a show when you only have 2 books? Now I have 4, but
how long did that run for?
I don't know. They actually did a volume 2.
Oh, really? So
in the late 80s.
So it went for a while then. Like, okay.
It was it was bi-monthly. I think it went at least 40 some issues, I'm guessing. You have to look it up, but I know they did a second run in the 80s. I need issues 1, 2, and 4 of Luke Cage. This was about $10, but I negotiated a little bit on it.
That's good. Those early ones are so good.
Yeah, this is a great cover.
Yeah. So
I thought that was a gap closer. Mm-hmm. So now I have issues 3 through like 23 or something like that. It's my first issue missing. I need like 1 issue in the 20s. It might be number 26 or 23. I forget. Then I got them all up to like issue 47. So I was going to stop at 50. I have number 50, but I don't have those 2 key issues, 48 and 49. I don't have those 2.
Yeah, I got 1 through 51 or 52, something like that. I got all of them.
And the last book on this episode for today, my 3rd issue in my collection of Tales of Suspense. Mm. And again, another appearance of Titanium Man. Yeah. So now I have 2 Titanium Man issues of Tales of Suspense. I have like issue 74. I think I have 81 or 8, and now one in the 90s.
I think Tales of Suspense and Tales to Astonish are terrific.
Yeah,
good stuff.
There were vendors there with a lot of old books, but they $20 a piece.
Yeah, these have gone up of late. They were 2-3 years ago, man. You could get all those Tales of Suspense, Tales to Astonish for cheap. Now it's like everybody's like charging a shit.
I got these 2 from the same vendor, and I picked up a horror book, and so I had like $23 worth of books, and I said, "Will you take 15?" And he actually had he was asking $5 for this, and he had an $8 version, which was a cleaner white background. This is, I guess, creamed or a little brown compared to the other one. And had I grabbed the $8 book, I might have got away with it, but I wanted to get a yes out of the guy, so I took this, the cheaper book. So I got him for $15, which wasn't bad. I thought I scored on that, especially with the Tales of Suspense. And I picked up a horror book, and that will be the next episode.
That's right.
Of my con adventures. Anyway, kids, I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here. I hope you liked this episode. Please click the like button and share this video with your friends. That would help us out. Always click the notification bell so you'll be kept in the loop every time we do a video. And thank you for the comments, and keep those subscriptions coming. And thank you for your support.
That's right. So for Wild Bill, I am Pete. Stay tuned for part 2 of Bill's new comic acquisitions, and we'll see you then, right?
Take care.
So take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.